Awesome. Okay. I think we still have a few people joining, but I'm going to get us started here and just let people in as they arrive. But good morning. My name is Savannah. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the program director with Strong Mamas Thriving Babies through the nonprofit Yana. So if you're here, you're likely part of our Strong Mamas Thriving Babies hospital program. If this is your first event with us, welcome. If you've been to lots, it's nice to virtually see you again. And this monthly webinar that we do is with Shari Barta. I have here in the screen next to me, depending on which way it's showing up on your screen.
Mm.
But she's the owner of Posture Power Wellness. She is a goddess when it comes to all things pelvic floor and core strength and rehab. And her story is phenomenal, and I won't ever do it justice. So I'm going to let her take it from here. Shari, tell us all about yourself and what we're doing today.
All right. Hey, ladies. I'm so excited to be here. I love this group. So thank you, Savannah. I do own Posture Power Wellness, which is in Denver. If you are not in Denver, we are available online as well. I'm incredibly passionate about helping mamas. So I'm a 25-year occupational therapist. I'm a pelvic floor occupational therapist, and I'm certified in Pilates. I have fused those things. My mission is to make pelvic floor therapy fun and accessible. Yes, ladies, it can be fun. Um, so I fuse it with Pilates. You can come and take classes, or you can take classes online. And the idea is to restore the balance in that core, because I know your doctors told you to do Kegels, and I'm going to tell you to stop doing Kegels. They I, I have nothing good to say. I'll be honest. They only do one thing. They actually can get you further in trouble. There's a time and a place, but full rehabbing is not one of them. So we want to look at you whole body, whole person, get deeper into that core, get everything balanced, get everything coordinated. And I know how to do that. So today we're actually going to kind of do like the first piece to that puzzle. So when I meet new postpartum moms, this is what I give them. This is what we work on together. And just to start connecting and getting balance and so forth. So I want to walk you through some of these starter pieces. I am going to leave some time at the end to answer any questions you have. The questions can be about what you just experienced. They can be about stuff going on in you. Ladies, you got me. I'm a pelvic floor therapist right here. Ask your questions. I'm here to answer them. This information should not be under lock and key. You should have easy access to it. So, if you don't want to forget your questions, you can throw them in the chat. Savannah will help get those going afterwards. Okay. So, the theme of today's workout is going to be breath. Our breath is so important. It is the first way we can get connected into our deep core. And I want to tell you a little bit about this because I want you to understand what we're doing because you're going to be like, this is weird. I can guarantee it. You have got to get deeper. Ideally, we do not breathe here. Our chest is our secondary breathers. We breathe into our core. When you can breathe into your core, you are connecting your diaphragm, your deep core muscle, which is called your transverse abdominis, and your obliques, your back muscles, and your pelvic floor. It's a gold mine. You're literally connecting all of it, and we can do this through breath. Mamas, your bodies have been through the ringer. I can guarantee you, you're like, I don't even know how to get down there. And so we're going to work on that today. Because if I can get your breath connecting down there and I can get you feeling that pelvic floor move with this breath, that means we've got things connecting and we got things relaxing and contracting. That's muscle health. That is the start to getting everything connected. A lot of times, this disconnect that you're feeling can lead to hip pain, back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, tightness, fatigue, just feeling disconnected, not being able to move that body. So I want to switch that up. I want to get in there deeper and see if we can get things happening. So we are going to be moving around a little bit as we do this today. All right. So I got my mat here. Let me make sure I got enough of a space for you to see me. I think, oh, the camera is moving. I think we're good. Let me see. No, that is terrible. Sorry, ladies. I don't know why that's such a small picture. Wonder if I pin me, it will work better. I am not tech savvy. Oh, I'm much bigger here. That works. All right. Okay, so now you can see me. That will be good. I want to make sure you guys get a good connection of all of that. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you start. I'm actually going to take off the baggy shirt so you guys can see everything. I'm going to have you lay down to start. So just lay yourself down, bend your knees. All right. Take your hands, just rest them on your belly, and take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Don't try to change anything. This is your check in. Where are you breathing? Are you breathing up into your chest? Are you kind of getting stuck in those ribs? Is it creeping down, but kind of getting stuck in the middle? The goal is that if you take your fingers and kind of rest them down onto your pubic bone, that you can inhale all the way to that, and you can feel an expansion of that pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, it pulls in and zips up. That's the goal. I don't expect you to be there. All right, come now, take one more breath, get checked in, kind of just dial into where you're at right this moment. And then sit on up for me. And ladies, you've had quite the belly for a while with a baby, and it tends to tighten up all your back muscles. So let's open those because the itty bitty ribs, muscles between your ribs, they're called intercostals, actually have a huge part in breath. And if those are stuck, it's going to throw off the balance in the front. So I just want to see if we can get your ribs opening, your sides opening, your back opening, because I want you breathing everywhere. It's going to help you get deeper and lower. Okay. So bend your knees and just curl yourself up into a ball. So forehead is coming forward, arms are around your legs, and you're rounding that back. Try to keep this position and take another breath. You're going to inhale. I want you to feel it expand into that back. Now exhale and feel it connect in. Do that again. So the goal is that you're finding that expansion on the inhale and the pull in on the exhale. We're just trying to open those ribs up and get things moving. Two more. One more. Nice. All right. Go ahead and bend your legs down. Sit crisscross. Hands are going onto your knees. And all I want you to do is kind of round that back out and extend up. Do that again. Curl back and come up. We're just working on moving through all of that. Good. One more. Awesome. All right. Let's do it one more time. So bring your legs up, curl yourself back up into that ball. Inhale, feel that back expand, and exhale, connect down in. Do that again. Inhale and exhale. Just feel it all move. One more. And exhale. Nice. All right. Now we're going to open up your sides. So I'm going to have you come. How do I want you to do this? I want you to stack your legs on top of each other. All right. You're going to come down onto your elbow. And you're going to take that top arm and you're going to rotate it down. So if you notice, I'm kind of side sitting and I'm twisting to open up my flank. Okay. So don't stay in this position and take another deep breath. Now the goal is that breath is coming to that flank that is open. We're going to open up the sides of those ribs. So a couple breaths here. See if you can find it. And exhale. Do it again. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Amazing. Let's come up. Let's go to the other side. So zip it around. You're on your elbow. You're stacking those legs on top of each other. You can take this arm, bring it down, open that flank up. Good. Deep breath in and exhale. Do it again and exhale. One more for me and exhale. Nice. All right, come up. I want us to get a little side bending opening. So we're going to go actually into what we call a V-sit. So one leg is going to kind of go behind you, one is in front. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can go cross-seated, seated, but you will get more out of it in the Z. Okay, so you're here. Hand is down by your side. And I just want you to stretch up and over, opening those ribs up, and then go the other way. We're opening to try to deepen that breath. Good. Do that again. Stretch. So when I'm stretching over this way, I'm getting heavier in the opposite hip to help intensify that and opening that right up. Good. And switch. Nice. Last one. Nice. Let's switch sides. Okay. All the way up. And other way. Nice. Last one. Beautiful. That was great. All right. So now we're going to go back to laying down. Okay. Nice. Okay. So tailbone is heavy. Go ahead, rest those hands down onto your pelvis. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get a little opening in that lower back. I want you to gently tilt that pelvis towards your head. And I want you to extend it down towards your feet. Do that again. Tilt and back. Two more. One more. Center. Hands are going to be onto your stomach. And you're going to inhale. Feel it all expand. And exhale. Connecting into your breath. Do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Can you get that breath down a little lower? It's kind of a interesting way to like I'm curious if that went down with now opening. We're gonna add to this, okay? So I want to wake that deep core up. Breath can be one of those things. So this is a weird exercise. I know, I have lots of them. What I'm gonna have you do is you're gonna inhale as much as you can, exhale as much as you can, push it all out. Usually we relax our stomach and then start over. I don't want you to relax. I want you to hold the connection you get and try to breathe into it again. We're going to do it 3 times and then we're going to add a count. Okay. So inhale, exhale, push it all out. You should feel a little tightening. Hold it. Now, with the hold, breathe in again. Push all that out. Feel deeper. Hold and do it one more time. Inhale and exhale. Deeper, push everything out. Now hold it. Count out loud to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now release all of it. Nice. Good job. You should have held that feel that go deeper. We're basically progressively loading that deep core and pelvic floor to see if we can get them activating a little differently with the breath. We're gonna do that one more time. Okay. So relax everything to start. Shake it out a little. Beautiful. Okay. Inhale, feel everything expand. Exhale, push it all out. Hold that connection. Inhale again. And exhale. Push it all out. Hold. Breathe in one more time. And exhale. Hold. Now count out loud to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Release it. All right. Just take a deep breath. Normal breath. No holding. Just inhale. Exhale. Ideally, you should be feeling that going deeper, just more intense, get a little more connection in there. Okay. So now I want to work on some pelvic alignment as we're starting to get that stuff firing. So I want you to put your hands on your hips. Actually, I want you to make a diamond. Take your thumbs and put them together, and take your index fingers, put them together. Put your thumbs at your navel, take your index fingers and put them down onto your pubic bone. What I want you to do is I want a nice neutral position. So I do not want you to flatten your back down so that your fingers are higher or have yourself arcing so your thumb is higher. Can you make those thumbs and fingers on the same plane? You're going to have a little gentle curve in your back, which is absolutely normal, and it's what we want. I do not want you flattening your back down. All right, maintain that. Now keep that there to kind of help give you a feedback what's happening to your pelvis. And we're going to gently work on floating a leg up into tabletop, bring it back down, and do the other side. And the goal is that I'm moving those legs only. Nothing else is moving. My pelvis is staying nice and still. Good. All right. Give me one more on each side, and we're going to deepen some of this connection a little bit more. How our hips are kicking in helps support our pelvis and our deep core and our pelvic floor. So now we're going to move your right leg only. You want to increase the stabilization there. So your left leg, can you put a little more pressure into your left foot to keep a connection so that it kind of comes up the leg and across into the other hip? Keep your hands there to maintain what, like, so you can stay aware of what's happening. Right leg, you're going to float it up into tabletop and back down. Do it again. Stay on that side for 5, 2. And we're really focusing on keeping this nice and still. Keep the pressure in that left foot. One more, ladies. Beautiful. Bring that one down. Push into that foot. Float the left one up and back down. Do it again. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Bring that down. Left leg. Put more pressure into that left foot. Right foot. Bring it up. Hold that leg up. Can you just take it out straight and back? Good. We're going to do 5 of those. Again, I'm focusing on nothing moving right here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Bring that one on down. Bring the left one up. Extend it out and bring it back. Again, I'm not moving in that core. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Bring it on down. Feet are down on the mat. Hands around our pelvis. Take another deep breath. Focus on how low can you make it go. It's going to take a lot of concentration in the beginning. And exhale. Feel it zip in and zip up. Good. Don't force that breath. Allow it to come naturally. It will deepen. I just want your attention there. Because if your attention's not there, you're going to be just breathing up into your chest. So take those fingers, keep them down on your pubic bone, and just breathe in. Focus on that breath coming all the way down to those fingers. Use your fingers as that feedback, and then exhale. Try to pull away from them. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. And there'll be organic change. At one point, you're just going to start breathing there. Okay. All right. Take your legs and widen them all the way to the tips of your mats. Okay. We're going to open those hips up. We're going to do a little internal, external rotation, which is really good for the pelvic floor. So when you just rotate both knees over and then take them up and over to the other side. Yeah. We're just going to go back and forth. Amazing. One more. Just want to make sure everything's flowing in there. Your body's been through a lot. Beautiful. All right. Come back to center. Bring those feet back in a little bit. Hands are going to reach down by your side. I'm going to have you do some bridges for me. So make sure your feet are close enough that you can get a good bridge. You're going to tilt that pelvis. You're going to peel yourself up into that bridge and slowly lower yourself down. Good. Do that again. All the way up and all the way down. That's two. Three. Last one. Amazing. All right. Now I'm going to have you roll yourselves on up. Do my time check. So make sure we have enough time for questions. Come over to your hands and knees. So you're going to come up, hands and knees. I want, be mindful. I want you to have even weight distribution of legs and arms. So have those arms directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. We're going to start with a couple cat and cows. So just curl yourself all the way up and find that extension. Do that again. So all the way up and extend. Again, curl. Really let that back extend. Open up, even wiggle, move. This is about finding some motion in there. Good. One more. Awesome. Okay. So this is one of my favorite exercises. It really helps kind of get into that core. It's silly. Okay. Some of you might have done it prenatal. We called it hug the baby. Now you're going to call it hug the belly. So I want a nice flat back. So I don't want you here and I don't want you up here. Find that flat back. You're going to let your belly hang down and you're going to pull your belly back up and in without your back moving. So this is going to really isolate that transverse. So let the belly hang down and pull back up and in. Being very mindful that that back is not shifting at all. Good. Give me a couple more. Good. All right, now hold it up and take a deep breath. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Good. Okay, I want you to focus on keeping that nice flat back. Don't let it move. And you're going to extend one arm out and one leg out. So I don't want your back to arch. I want you to keep it nice and straight and strong. Keep that core engaged. Switch to the other side. Nice. Just go back and forth. I'm going to do a couple bird dogs. Beautiful. Last one. Beautiful. All right. Take those feet wide. Bring your butt down towards your feet. Bring those arms up and stretch them up and over. Beautiful. So child's pose. To get the most out of your child's pose, I want your knees really wide. I want your feet together. Then you come down. Don't have your knees together. It actually will open up your hips and pelvic floor more. Beautiful. Take a couple deep breaths here. Focus on it going into your back and that open. When you breathe, stay there. I'm going to talk to you while you're doing this. So stay down there, keep breathing. Breath, ideally 360 degrees. Okay. We do not just breathe here, not up. This puts so much pressure on our mid back. So when we just chest breathe, we're hinging at that mid back and it gets a lot of tightness that can go up into your neck and shoulders. And ladies, you're using that part of your body so differently now with the baby. So getting into that 360-degree breath, getting it down deeper, all the way down to that pelvic floor is going to help you start to rebalance and get things connected. All right, everyone come up and join me sitting. Okay. I don't expect you to be able to find the depth here, but the goal is to get here to sitting. It is going to be easier to work on your breath lying down because that's the easiest place to find it. The goal will be for you to start translating it up into upward because we don't function lying down. We function up. If only we could do everything lying down. So sit up nice and tall. Put your hands onto your knees. Put a little pressure to help open up your chest. And take another deep breath. And exhale. Where did you feel it? Where did it go? Can you get that to open up? And exhale. One more. And exhale. Good. So now I want you to just sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a minute and open our necks up as well. All right. So you're up nice and tall. You're going to nod your head up and bring it back down. Do that again. Up and back down. Maybe three more. Working on moving right at the base of that skull. Good. Find center and go side to side. Beautiful. 4. Good. 5. Amazing. All right. That's it for our movement part. Now we're opening up to questions and answer. Oh, I'm like right on perfect timing. So I'm going to scoot closer. Savannah, I don't know if we have any questions in the chat or if if somebody wants to reach out. I am going to share my screen. I've got some thoughts for you ladies to start this part off. So give me a second because I told you I'm not tech savvy.
Are
I'm
you
getting better at
sharing?
this. I was
While
going to
you're
try
sharing.
to.
Yep. So I don't see any questions in the chat just yet. But ladies, if you do have questions for Shari, please either come off mute if you're comfortable, or you can pop a question in the chat,
Yes.
and I will read those for her.
Yes, that would be amazing. So ladies, I love this thought and I really do want to share this because I think this is an important thing to think about. So your body is resilient. You are rock stars. You just made a baby. Excuse me. Um, I want you to give yourself some grace. So with this awareness, gentle rehabbing, you can restore everything. Um, with confidence, you need to find joy. Everybody rehabs at a different pace. This, give yourself grace. This 6 weeks, people popping up on Instagram saying, "Oh, look at me, I got my body back." I call BS. There's research out there that's saying it is taking 6 months upward to a year. This 6-week check-in is kind of interesting at the doctors because you're just starting. You're just starting to get things together. Relaxin still kicks into your body for 6 months. I mean, you really need to give yourself some grace and listen to your body and don't put yourself to these ridiculous standards. Everybody will rehab at their own pace. It depends on your body, your lifestyle, what your fitness was prior. So please be kind to yourself. You deserve it. You have just made a miracle. And what happened to your body is um, you need recovery. It's trauma. And I think that our society doesn't talk about that. So here I am. I'm giving you permission. Go at your own pace. No, yeah, grace. Grace is a beautiful thing. Okay, I see a couple of chats there. What do we got, Savannah?
Okay. So the first one kind of goes along with what you were just talking about. But
Okay.
Angelica asked, I've heard that it takes up to 3 years for your body to get back to completely normal. Is that true?
Uh, for some people, yes. Because there's a couple, like I said, there's a lot of different standards in it. So, ladies, if you're nursing, so some women nurse 3, 4 years out. When you're nursing, the relaxin still sits in your body. That hormone is part of the letdown process. So that's going to impact your joints and your mobility. You're a little bit more loosey goosey. Okay. So that can impact how hard you can hit things. Um, Also, if you hit it too hard in the beginning, it's going to make things prolonged because you can get injured. So take it low, take it slow, slowly feed things in and give yourself grace. And try to return back to things that you love, but be aware of what's happening to your body. Make sure you're not doing things too soon or too fast because it can cause some issues. I think a normal average is 6 months to a year, but depending on if it's your first baby, second baby, third, fourth, all those factors impact things. And, they're going to research of full recovery. So that is full pelvic floor issues, all of that. So there's, yes, maybe. I've seen it much sooner. So,
Awesome. Well, and I think that it's just society is like, oh, it takes 12 months. Oh, it takes 3 years. And it's like, and I feel like people hear that and they're like, okay, here's my timeline. And it is so
yeah,
true that like every single body and every single situation is different. And it might take three
yeah,
years, to be completely, no, but what does that really mean? Right. And how will you feel after 12 months? And how will you feel after 24 months? And I'm sorry, I have an 8-year-old. I don't know, and a 19-year-old and a 14-year. Am I back to normal? I don't know what that, you know what I mean? Like my new
yeah.
normal, right? Like, um,
I
uh,
also, on that same note, Savannah, I don't know, but a lot of people ask this, like, well, when do I stop being postpartum? I'm like, never. Like,
right.
once you have a postpartum, once you're postpartum, you're postpartum. Your body changes. So it's about like becoming what like is good in that change.
Yeah,
So like, yeah, I think that like, ladies, date yourself. Go get to know yourself again because you're different now. I think it's really important.
for sure. I love that. Okay, Allison asks, with tabletop exercises and uphill walking, I feel tension and discomfort in my inner thighs. Is this me feeling my pelvis healing, or is it my inner thigh muscles activating?
Ooh, Allison, would you be willing to come off mute? I need a little more info.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to describe, right? So like especially on my
Yeah.
left side, when I'm lifting my
Okay.
left leg in tabletop, it's like upper adductors. It just feels like it's activating a lot. And
Okay.
it's hard to tell if it's muscle because it's really only on one side. In the beginning, like fresh postpartum, it was both sides. Like anything walking, I just felt it pretty high, like inner thighs.
Okay.
Now, trying to activate core, it's like my adductors on fire, but I can't tell if it's my pelvis healing and I should back off or no,
Okay.
good, adductors are waking up.
Okay, Allison, couple questions. How far out are you?
9 weeks.
Okay. When you go up into tabletop, what happens to your belly? Does it dome a little? Does it cone? Have you noticed?
I haven't noticed. I feel like I'm still
Okay.
like tensing my shoulders, so I'm still trying to just
Okay.
get my
Allison,
core awake.
I think that you're not ready for full tabletop.
Okay.
I would so if you notice, I played with single leg stuff today.
Yeah.
Okay, single leg is the precursor to that. Get that firing. If you can start doing the single leg work and it like there's more things we can add to this. I got more for you. Um and you then slowly start to work into some tabletop. That's gonna help train that. It's gonna modify it. I think your adductor, from what I'm hearing, your adductor is trying to do all the work.
Mm.
We have two muscular chains in our body, and it's a very, very common for one to kick over to the other. So you have like your breath one, which we're working on. That's your diaphragm, your deep core, your pelvic floor. But we also have the cap one, which is your adductors, your pelvic floor, your deep core. your body's like, hey, I can find this muscle and it is gripping to do it. We want to start to get things to balance because I don't want that to become a continuous part. So back off a little. One of the things I love to do is you can use a pillow, a yoga block. I love Pilates balls, but you can put the ball between your knees and gently start squeezing it. And so what I would do is I would squeeze bilaterally. Then you're going to hold one leg still and squeeze with one leg. Release, squeeze with the other leg. And this is going to start getting both of those sides working together because I do want your adductors working. I want them to work because they're a really important part of this chain. And it's a big, important part of your midline. But if it is clenching and doing too much, it's going to create an imbalance. So
Thank
dial
you.
back a little to go forward.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hold on.
Vanna?
Sorry. I was muted and I was talking away. All right,
I love
two
it.
more questions. Next one, and I slightly answered in the chat. Because I know the answer, but obviously you're the expert, so tell us more. Angelica asks, is it too late to do pelvic floor exercises? She is almost 1 year postpartum.
Never. Angelica, I am 17 years postpartum and I'm still doing them. You know what? Research shows women who, first off, their muscles. Their muscles. Do you ever stop rehabbing your bicep or your chest or your back? It's no different. It's 14 muscles inside that pelvic, like in the bottom of your pelvis. It's never too late, never too early. You can go for it and we can get things moving. It's going to help you big picture. The more you do now, the less falls apart later in all reality. Because ladies, you're now doing the baby part, but then there's the whole perimenopause and menopause. And I'm there. I have a 17-year-old and 15-year-old. So I've been where you are. And now I'm on the other end. And I'm just like, oh, things are changing again. I have to refresh it. So this is my attitude is pelvic floor exercises are not a one and done. If you can build some of these core pelvic floor exercises into your day-to-day life, you're just going to live healthier. So never too late,
Love it.
never too early.
Awesome. Okay. And Alyssa asks, is doing sit-ups safe postpartum? What is a good alternative? I was doing a class and found these very hard, if not impossible. I'm
Yes,
almost
stop.
10 months postpartum. Yeah.
So I was like, no sit-ups. Okay. I've been doing this. I created this program 10 years ago. I've been teaching it in my studio 5 years. I never, ever, ever have somebody pick up their head. It goes into your neck. You end up overusing these muscles. And women, it's like, you know what? Do you have a diastasis? Is there a little bit of separation? Is there weakness there? If there is weakness down that center, a sit up is putting excess pressure on that and you could herniate. So be mindful of that. It doesn't help it heal, it actually stresses it. Also, a sit up is such an old school exercise. It works your abdominis rectus only, which is the six pack muscle. Ladies, this is not helping your pelvic floor. This is not helping your back. It's not helping any of it. That's just that superficial one. Its job is to fold you forward. We're all too forward. We need to get those deeper core muscles firing to get in there. So I highly suggest different ab exercises, tabletop planks. My program, I love my program because that's what it's designed for. You want to get into your transverse abdominis, which is your deep, 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 deep abdominal muscle, not the abdominis rectus. So that can cause more problems.
Awesome. All right. I don't see any other questions. So if anyone has any more, pop them in the chat now
Yep.
or come off mute, or Shari will share her contact info. If there's anything you would like to ask and you're not super comfortable doing it in this environment, you are welcome to reach out to her.
Oh, I just realized I never put my email address on here, but Savannah has my digits. She can totally send it to you. And it is on the website. So, ladies, I told you I had more for you. what we did today was a teaser of what I have. I have designed a whole entire program. I told you I'm incredibly passionate about helping women. The thing I didn't tell you in the beginning was my why. Well, I told you I want to help make this more fun for you. What I didn't tell you was that I had a diastasis. I had to have surgery because I got herniated doing sit-ups, hence my bah reaction. I had pelvic floor issues. I had a female doctor tell me to just deal and that I should just accept it. I got a little feisty. There's nothing like a scorned woman to make a life passion. That's all I have to say. It really is what motivated me to make this program. I think that there's all these fitness programs out there, but they're just not conscientious to the changes in our bodies. And so when I couldn't find it, I made it. So this program is a fusion of Pilates and pelvic floor therapy. I've called it CoreRehab. And I would love for you guys to have access to it. So if you're in Denver and you want to come and take or closer to Denver, we do offer this every day in the studio on Pilates equipment, which is really cool. I also know that sometimes that is just a big feat for new moms. And if you're not local, you're not local. So I took the whole entire program and put it online. It's called CoreRehab. CoreRehab. So you can get it at my Posture Power Wellness app, or if you go to posturepowerwellness.com. Also, my contact info is right on this website. You guys have any questions, please reach out. I am here to be a resource for you. But it is for the world, it is $19.99 a month. For all Yana moms, you get it for $9.99 a month forever, as long as you want it. So it's not like a one-time deal. I just really want this accessible and I want to help. I am super, super passionate about helping you. And so this is here if you're interested. This is core focused work. This is going to help connect that pelvic floor deep core. I really believe in finding that center place, really stabilizing it and working out of it. The breath is a piece of it. We really work on postural alignment, and that alone will help offload that pelvic floor and start getting it even. It will also get that deep core firing, which is going to offload your back. It's going to help your hips, your shoulders, your neck. So it is a whole body approach to resetting your body. So if you're interested, I'd love to have you. If you have questions, reach out. Don't hesitate, but know that this is here for you always. This is not a one-time thing. The Yana Mom thing is at all times. So know that this is a resource for you, and it is an option to pelvic floor therapy. Any other questions? I thought I saw something pop up. Savannah?
Oh, yep. Alyssa asked, is dead bug exercise to be avoided too, like sit-ups?
No. Dead bug is more like that table. So in Pilates land, we call it tabletop. In a lot of places, they call it dead bug. So the dead bug, you be mindful. Like, are you clenching somewhere? Is it too much to have both legs up? Maybe start with a single leg. But the idea of having your head down, your core centered and able to stabilize in and move something, that's a winner. Love it.